Stephen A's girl got smoke with Molly?
So let's have a little story time about Molly on First Take. See, Molly came at me last night for the, I don't know how many times, from a fake account.
Welcome to Rollin' Ratchet. They call me Nizzy Nice. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Be sure to tap that like and subscribe button. So apparently, Stephen A. Smith has a girlfriend that has an issue with Molly Qerim from First Take. Now, to me, this is crazy on so many different levels. First of all, we ain't never heard about Stephen A. even having a girlfriend. I mean, he keeps his private life private. And I understand why. He wants to give the internet as less content as possible at his expense. So when I first heard this story, I said, yo, is this cap? Is this woman delusional? Because the Stephen A. we know, he wouldn't even let a woman get on social media and bring up their relationship. Let alone let a woman come on social media and say she got an issue with his co-host. But before we decide if this is cap or if this woman is crazy, let's hear more of what she had to say.
See, Molly came at me last night for the, I don't know how many times, from a fake account. And she was making fun of me. But she didn't know that I know who she is. And so I told her, like Stephen told her, to stop calling him SA. But she wouldn't listen. And I told her not to do it again or I was going to air her out. And so she decided to get on First Take today to do it. So let me tell you a little bit about Molly and why she calls Stephen SA. Molly actually falsely accused Stephen of sexual harassment. This was after he rejected her advances because I guess she thought that he didn't really love me. Anyway, so let's go back about Molly. See, Molly was the one who actually planted the story about her and Stephen having an affair. When Stephen wanted to address it, his bosses told him not to. Molly blamed that on Jalen, her ex-husband, but it was really Molly.
So let me pause it right there and let's unpack this piece by piece. First of all, she says she doesn't like it when Molly calls Stephen SA. But I'm like, I've heard dudes on the show call Steve SA too, so I really don't see what the issue is with that. But more importantly, she says that Molly falsely accused Stephen A. of sexual harassment. Now on that, I want to call cap. Because if that's true, why would Stephen A. still work with her? And we all know Stephen A. is the big dog at ESPN. He is the employee that get paid the most. And we all know he had Max Kellerman fired. So if Molly did accuse him of sexual harassment, I would like to think they still wouldn't be working together. But who knows? Like I always say, truth is stranger than fiction. But now let's talk about this other thing that she claims that Molly put a story out that her and Stephen A. was having an affair while she was married to Jalen Rose. I can't see how that would benefit Molly in any way. That would make her look crazy, like she cheating on her husband with her co-host. So why would she put that story out? I want to call cap on that too. But let's listen to more.
Molly was jealous because, see, Jalen told Molly not to move to Connecticut, but she didn't listen. And then she got mad at the results. So then she decided to go after Stephen A. after she saw him coming up even more. Well, baby, she didn't know that Stephen A. is all about Nikita. So anyway, she plants this story and she thought it was going to faze me, but it didn't, because the one thing I know about my man, he likes all the assets and she ain't got none. Anyway, so she let it play out. And so when it didn't come, I told Stephen at that moment, I said, you should nip this in the bud because she is going to claim you harassed her. And he said, no, my bosses told me not to. And there's another story about those bosses that actually are trying to sabotage Stephen A. at ESPN, but I'll talk about that later. So today, Molly was the one who did it. She planted the story. She falsely accused Stephen, and apparently she didn't think I was about this life, but baby, I'm about this life. See, Stephen should have told you, not only am I a banking expert, I'm an IT expert. And on top of that, I was the EEO director at the FDIC. Now, you better come again before you come correct, before you come at me, because I'd rather be growing my baby. But baby, I'll stop and take care of you.
Whoa. Whoa. Is she insinuating that she's pregnant with Stephen A's child? Hold up. Let's watch that again.
Now, you better come again before you come correct, before you come at me. Because I'd rather be growing my baby. But baby, I'll stop and take care of you.
Is she saying that she is pregnant with Stephen A's child? Because that's what I heard. Now, the Stephen A I know, I don't know him personally. I mean, we done met a couple times and took pictures for the gram. But the Stephen A that you see on TV, the persona that he displays, you wouldn't even think he would be involved with a woman like this, let alone having a child. And black women, let me say this too. There's a narrative about black women that you are aggressive, masculine, always want to fight. And when you see a woman making a video like this, saying she's pregnant, but she'll put her pregnancy on hold to fight, it supports that narrative. Black women, let me say this to you. I don't know who y'all think y'all impressing when y'all act tough and want to fight, but you're damn sure not impressing a man. If anything, you're turning a man off. And when you see black athletes and black entertainers with white women, if you ask them why are they with a white woman, their answer is so simple. They'll tell you they're with a white woman because they don't want to fight. Think about that. From the moment a black man leaves his house, he's in a fight. He got to fight with society. He got to fight with police. He got to fight for promotions at his job. Black men are always in a fight. So when a black man comes home, the last thing he wants to do is fight. So ladies, be your man's peace. Don't be his next fight. Now, when she talks about she wants to make another video about the bosses at ESPN trying to sabotage Stephen A, now that's really crazy. Women, let me say this to you, of any race, don't ever go on social media talking about what goes on at your man's job. Because I promise you, there's a good chance it's not going to end in y'all favor. Now, like I said, from the Stephen A that we've come to know, this whole story seems like the total opposite of everything that we've come to know about Stephen A. So we're going to have to wait and see if all this is factual before we say it's cap, before we say this woman is crazy. Because I'm quick to tell people that truth is stranger than fiction. So anything is possible. But hey, like always, I want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm your host, Nizzy Nice, and we rolling ratchet.